December 26, 2021. Here we are. I hope everyone has been enjoying being with your loved ones, enjoying the holidays, eating great food, enjoying wonderful entertainment. I hope that you're having the most magnificent and most marvelous time of year. I think that's wonderful. So I am now present and live at this time. Thank you all for joining me. I have to use my phone to look for the questions, but on October 30th, I had put out a post that says, if you could interview me, what questions would you ask, personal or otherwise? And I said, please note, I will select from responses for a live taping. So, what I'm going to do is, with permission, I will say the person's name and then I will say whatever the question is that they had to ask. And I will do my very best to answer. And I am working on standing in my integrity. It's a process. And sometimes I'm reminded I think I'm standing in my integrity, and that's why I'm so grateful for the companion that I have in my life who reminds me, no, that's not the truth. And then I have to look at it from his perspective. And I would say that as you're going into this new year, 2022, people, do you know how magnificent that is? It's amazing. We're getting there, okay? We've gone through some really challenging yet very creative couple years here. Very creative. But then we're going towards 2022. It's a great year. It's a great year. I only think good things about 2022. Okay, so I'm going to answer some of these questions for you. However, before I start, I want to thank you all for your love, for your support, for the decades of our moments and our memories together, and for our little secret language that we have with each other. You know, you and I'm talking about you and I, we have these moments that no one ever knows about. It's just you and me, one on one, mano a mano. And we have some amazing adventures. So it's always fun to say something that is kind of like either an inside joke or an inside knowing, or I love that. I love it. And many of you know me from different times in my life. You know, some of you knew me when I was just a single digit. Can you believe it? And some of you knew me when I was began my double digit years. And oh my goodness, and decades. And with each decade came growth. With each decade came change. With each decade came creativity. And I am certain I disappointed many, and at times I disappointed myself. But I'm not doing that to myself anymore. I'm working on it. I am. I want to show you something that's kind of interesting. Mr. V, can you pass those to me? And I want to thank Mr. V for setting this all up because he's the magic behind the technology. Believe me, I am not a technological goddess. This is not my department, nor is astrology. I just want you to know. Although I know little bits and pieces, this is just not my department, okay? So I'm so grateful for Mr. V and all that he does to help make this happen. Okay, so for Christmas, I got this wonderful, look at this. Isn't this cute? Look at it's a steel cup. It keeps things either nice and warm or nice and cold. And in the old days, it's like a thermos is what it's like, okay? Except this one is more, I don't know. Thermoses were drinkable too. Anyhow, look at these beautiful flowers. I can't believe it. And you know what's wrong? Flowers have no water. They have no water. There's no water in here. And so look what happened. They just kind of like, oh my goodness. Okay, now whose fault was that? Mine. I enjoyed them so much. I put them right by my bed because they were from my baby girl, Miss Amanda. And I loved it because, see, it's a snowman cup, but then it had a snowman flowers. So cute. The reason why I'm showing you this is there are individuals that are in our lives that love looking at us. They love it. They love seeing us, they love enjoying us, but sometimes they forget we need watering. We need to be nurtured. You know, water to me as a seer, and I would say this to anyone who is a student of mine, is water is our emotions. That's why our planet is just so surrounded by all types of water. We got salty water, we got clear water, we got red water, we got all kinds of water. But this these flowers would have been grateful for just a few drops and they would have lasted a lot longer. Now, guess what? I'm not going to throw them away because I love them. I love them. So I'm going to put them on the side. You can make potpourri. There's all types of things you can do with it. So I'm just saying that whatever relationship that you're in right now, sometimes we need some watering. We look great, put that Christmas tree up, cooked that Christmas dinner, made sure all the presents were wrapped, lit all the candles for we did all kinds of stuff, but we need to be watered. We need to be nurtured. And sometimes the people around us that we hope are paying attention, even though they're enjoying our beauty, will stop and think, oh, I should stop and water those plants. Is there something in your life in 2022 as you move forward that is great? You love it. Okay. Maybe you've acquired a whole bunch of motorcycles, but you haven't ridden one in a long time. Is it time to water the motorcycles? Is it time to water that adventure? Or is there something else? Like our lawns, our earth, we all need the water. I always feel good after I take a bath, especially a Buddha bath. But we need the water. And with that in mind, I would ask that in 2022, our focus be on um, preserving the waters, healing the waters, clearing the waters, and honoring and respecting the waters. But in doing so emotionally, we do that for ourselves. We do that for ourselves. And these flowers, as soon as they were harvested, they were in the process of going through surrendering their physical form. And energetically, they shared so much joy with me, and they still do, very much so. But I forgot to water them. And sometimes we have people in our life who really love us a lot, but they forgot to water us. And sometimes during the holidays, that happens even more than we recognize. One of the things that I did for the holidays is because Mr. V went with his family and I was here, and I enjoyed, talking to my family and my friends, and but I really isolated myself. When I say family and friends, I kept it very, very, very close. There was only like a very handful of people I talked to, because I woke up on Christmas Eve angry. Anybody wake up angry? I don't even know why. I didn't go to sleep angry. But I woke up angry. I was mad. I told Mr. V I was mad. Mr. V, I'm mad. I'm angry today. And that wasn't on him. He was excited because he can spend time with his family. So I needed to do an examination as to why did I wake up on Christmas Eve angry? And boy, did that take me down all kinds of places. But then there came a time where I allowed that. I allowed my anger. I said, okay, whatever this is, I'm still going to brush my teeth. I'm still going to look fabulous. I'm still going to play with my jewels. I'm still going to do this. But even though I was angry, because I didn't want to focus on it, even though I was like, there, it's there for a reason. Okay, your feelings are there for a reason. And sometimes you can't explain it to other people around you. Maybe you just woke up that way. Okay, I woke up cranky. I woke up thinking, oh, it's Christmas Eve. And I was thinking of all the wonderful things I could be doing on Christmas Eve. And yet I was so focused on being angry. So why am I telling you all of this? There came a time where I said, okay, I don't like this, so I'm going to focus on others. That's what I did. That's what I always do. It's sometimes to get through it. If I sit and just marinate on the anger, oh, honey, I could take it all kinds of places. But now I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to do good things for others. And so what do? I always do this. I always do this. I asked the divine, I asked God, I said, okay, God, I don't want this anger right now because I really, there's so many sources for it. I don't even want to go there. I just, it's over. Leave it. What would be fun for us to do to celebrate this wonderful day? And every day, right? And so then I closed my eyes and I got a message from someone on the other side who is a missing person. And it was so weird. That message came through. I swear to you, within 5 minutes, the family of this missing person contacted me on a text. I said to myself, well, here we go. And I want you to know it was wonderful. I enjoyed it because I wasn't alone. We're never alone. God was with me, the divine was with me. There's always someone out there, someone, someone who cares, someone who's thinking about you, someone who wishes they could be with you, someone who just wants to hold you. I know that. Otherwise, would I be doing what I'm doing? And of course, I gotta bring this up again, but I'm trying not to bring it up anymore. People, I'm trying hard, okay? But people keep throwing it in my face, and so I gotta say these words. Every time, every time I hear someone say they feel better, I've done my job. And guess what? I don't think it's me who makes them feel better. I think it's the big kahuna. I just I'm just like a vessel, a tabernacle, a magnificent goddess. All right, so let's get to those questions, shall we? All right, first questions. This is from my Jackie. Now, let me tell you a little bit about my Jackie. I met Jackie, I'm pretty sure, before she even had her babies. And always just the most beautiful being, one of the most beautiful beings I've ever met. Anyhow, she says, how are you really holding up, mama? Okay, you want the truth? I can tell you the material, the physical. I can tell you emotional. I can tell you mental. I can tell you it all. Okay, let me tell you what comes up. Here is this would be my ego coming up. This is my ego here. My ego would say, how am I doing? Well, let me tell you something. Sometimes when I feel like I can't go, when I just feel like I can't move and it hurts and I think, "Oh, I can't do this." I take a deep breath and I look at my painted toenails because I use my daughter. She sells Color Street, and so she. It's been nice through the pandemic because I don't have to go to the parlor, the nail salon. But I look at my toes and I say, "Look at how cute those toes are," and I keep walking. That's how I'm doing. I have to redirect. Okay, people, redirect if you need to survive. Okay, that's how I'm doing. How am I doing? I need a new patio door. I've needed one for 20 years. And every time I think I have the money for it, it's gone. I need a new patio door. Can I get a new patio door? Okay, that's how I'm doing in regards to that. Okay, I can't clean my house the way I used to, like a crazy OCD Virgo. I can't do it. I can't clean my house, people. So I'm so blessed because I have somebody who does come and help me, assist me tremendously. But you know how it is. Come on, people. You know when how you do things. And you know what, I'm OCD, so it's like I would take a toothbrush and I would take Q-tips and I would do every little detail, and I can't do that anymore, so that drives me nuts. And so I've learned now to see it, but focus on something that, oh, look at how sparkly that is. That's why when you're watching me and you're seeing all this stuff around me, I surround myself with things that make me smile. And you know what's funny? It's like majority of everything that is in my possession doesn't belong to me. It doesn't belong to me. They're gifts. They're gifts of love and energy and the whole thing. So what I do is I see that dust, but oh, isn't that a pretty moon over there? That's what you gotta do. It's the same thing with my face. Okay. When I was a little girl, I know I tell this story all the time, but I'm still healing from this, people. I remember the first time I was called freckle faced strawberry. And that bothered me because I was like, I'm a freckle faced strawberry. And I know you've heard the story before about my grandma saying it's because the angels kissed me and then I felt better about it. But now, people, they have people in Vogue that are actually, oh, well, not just Vogue, there are people that are actually getting freckles tattooed on them. Okay. So now, instead of looking at freckle faced strawberry, I say to myself, Vogue, 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 Vogue. You know, I love Madonna. I believe Madonna is so inspired on many, many levels. And it's not just about her beauty um, or her naughtiness. It's about her fabulousness and, her connection to the divine. Ray of Light is one of my very favorite albums. That was something that took me on my goddess journey. I'll tell you that. I love that. So, how am I really holding up? I haven't had COVID yet that I know of. I'm happy. I'm eating as healthy as possible, but I'm enjoying life. And hmm, I have the most wonderful life. Yes, I do. Next question, and this is from my friend Ron. Ron and I met way, way back at Sanctuary Crystals, and I'm a big fan of Ron's. He's amazing. Can I tell you that? He says, ask, when did you first realize that you could see beyond the veil? That is a very good question because I do remember being in the crib and seeing things that other people didn't see. And I know I was under a year old. I know that. When did I know that I was actually seeing people beyond the veil? Uh, I just had so many experiences. But as I said before, I do remember when my father and I were in his bedroom and we were talking. We hadn't been together for many years. And he was telling me a story of me when I was a little girl. And he asked me, was it true? Was I telling the truth? And I said to him as an adult, yeah, I was. And he got very emotional. He got very emotional because he said, I beat the shit out of you. And I told you to stop lying. And you just kept saying the same story. And he said that it was when he went to the newspapers. I guess you could go to the library or find old newspapers or whatever. He found out what I saw was true. It was like an energy imprint of something that had happened in the house, and it was an actual murder. And uh, yeah, that's one of those stories. I might have written about that. I don't know, but I think that that was confirming for me. I knew though when I was under the age of one. I'm pretty sure I did. And it says, how did you master those gifts? Playing, trial and error, fear, looking at my fear, uh, seeking God, memorizing scriptures, reading the Bible, uh, going to sacred places, uh, learning the Kabbalah or experience the Kabbalah, understanding Buddhism. Uh, I'm still doing it. I'm still doing it. And yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? I think it was yesterday. Yesterday was the first time that I've ever taken a picture of myself when a soul, a spirit, wanted to communicate with their family, show them they were present in my face, because it's not unusual for people to have sessions with me and my face, I guess, morphs into their loved one on the other side, or even my voice will change, or they have these experiences. I don't know anything about them, because when when I'm channeling, I'm like, my conscious mind, which is talking to you right now, sits to the side and allows my higher self or the divine to come through. And when I say the divine, I'm talking about a benevolent, loving, beautiful creator of all that is. That's who I'm talking about, okay? Ain't no horned little thing jumping around here saying, okay, tell them this, tell them that. Oh, that's one of my little pet peeves. It's like, why you got to take it there? Because it controls people, doesn't it? You take it there because it controls people. And guess what? I allowed people to control me when I was very, very little in regards to how I express this. I rebelled. I rebelled after hearing every night for almost 27 years that this gift, this talent, this creation was of the devil. And I said to myself, well, then, if this is how I was created, why will I hide this? Because isn't that one of the scriptures? Don't hide your talents under a bushel. This is a talent, this is a gift. If people want to take it somewhere that's of the sewer and the gutter, that's their business, has nothing to do with me. Because this is between me, God, and whoever wants to come and share time. So, how have I mastered it? By sharing time with you, by hearing your stories. I love your stories. And you know why I love them? Because I don't remember them. I don't remember it. But I love your stories. That's how I master it. By listening and knowing that I'm not the be all, know all of everything. I'm just not. My dad would tell me, he would say to me, he'd look me in the eye, he'd say, little girl, he'd say, you're not perfect, but you're very, very good. So, and that's it, how it is. I'm not perfect, but I'm very, very good. Very, very good. Next question, and then I'm going to stop, and then we'll return again at another broadcast, if you don't mind. And this is me. This is raw, unedited me. There's no filters. Wait, look. This is 62. See, Jackie, how am I doing? How am I doing, baby? How am I doing? This is 62. This is 62. See, I got a little bit of a sparkle on my ears. I got my little ear. I love ear cuffs, by the way. Melinda Marie jewelry. I'm into her. I'm into her. So anyhow, this is a look at, and this is a gift from my V that he gave me. I love this. I love to have sparkles. Okay, bring it here. Bring it here. Vav hey vav. That brings me happiness. Brings me happiness. And purple hair. Because Tinky Winky does it for me. Besides, I'm a little bit of a whack-a-mole goddess, which means you can whack me down, but I'm coming back up. Last question. This is from my Teresa, who hosted me in Pewaukee, Wisconsin. She's a hostess with the mostest. I'm telling you right now. It was my home away from home. Oh, and I loved it. She always made sure I had really good ice water. She really did. She said, or she asked, do you ever feel burdened by everything that you see? And sometimes I see things and I don't know what I'm seeing, but I can see it so clearly. I'll say it out loud to at least somebody's in the room that can hear it. And it surprises me because I'll forget. I will. It's just like things don't stay. if especially if it's a vision or if I'm channeling, it doesn't stay in here, which is a blessing from the divine, so that I can just have my own mind and deal with my own stuff, right? But sometimes I see things, and then it's like I go, "What? I have this. What do I do with it? What do I do with it? Who's going to listen? Who's going to pay attention?" And so, those of you who are watching, those of you who are on my friends list, those of you who enjoy our piece of papa moments, those of you who know how much I love being a glam mama, and I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it when we share time together. That's that to me helps me not be afraid. I had a really wonderful, wonderful manager. Her name was Dr. Sharon Went, and she wrote a book. It's called Radiant Heart Therapy. Excellent, excellent book, and excellent technique and methodology. And she was the one who took me out in the world. Ed and Sue took me into sanctuary crystals, but it was Dr. Went who took me out into the world. She introduced me to her friends and her clients, and I was so grateful for that. It was so magical to spend time with her. She made everything really special, beautiful, special. And Dr. Went s- said to me one day, she says, "Kia, I've been watching you. Now listen, I'm a storyteller, so I'm going to tell the same story 50 million different ways. That's just what storytellers do. It depends on the audience, but I'm telling you the story based on my facts, okay?" So she said to me, she goes, "Kia, I noticed something about you." And I said, "Well, what's that?" And she goes, "You could have 10 people in the room, and 9 of those people will be happy and satisfied with what you shared with them. But if there's that one person that thinks, it's no good, she didn't do nothing for me, blah, 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 you will focus on that one person and not on the other 9." And so she shared with me new strategy to now I do need to acknowledge the one that's not satisfied. However, I do need to focus more on the 9 that are satisfied. I hope I said that correctly. So don't focus on the one that's so unsatisfied. Focus on the 9 that are satisfied. And it's not easy because I'm a sensitive. So, but you know what's been one of the most wonderful experiences? I tell you this because I can. When I enjoy all those 9 people even to this day, okay, because we have so much fun and it's an experience. I'm growing. That's how I grow. That's how I get my wisdom. It's you guys, okay? And now, many of those ones, the ones that were unsatisfied, it's bullshit, those people, okay, now they're like over here with the other 9. So now I got 10. So you see, it takes time. The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. And it's okay to be a doubting Thomas. I am the biggest doubting Thomas of them all. I really am. And even when I receive information from the big kahuna, I doubt it. But I'm going to tell you something right now. When I know it's from God, I don't question it. Not at all. So have a wonderful day. We'll continue answering these questions later on. Thank you all. Thank you all. I wasn't looking at who was saying hello or anything like that. But listen, I know you. I love you. I'm going to give you a smooch